Hey guys, Nick here, and welcome
Spider-Man.
back.
Hello.
Oops.
Man, I gotta change this number.
I must leave New York. Recent events. Pause. Your rescue of Osborn, despite his hatred, it affected me. I must return home. Reflect on this life I choose.
Hey, I think I'm actually gonna miss you and your death troopers.
Unfortunately, my agents will stay. Though I question our work, they do not. And Osborn continues to pay. I am sorry.
So close to being good news.
Indeed. I will miss you and your bizarre witticism, Spider-Man. Until we meet again.
What a strange, violent lady.
Alright, anyways, hey guys, Nick here, and welcome back to another episode of my Let's Play of Marvel's Spider-Man. Almost done with Ultimate Difficulty, very close to the end, actually. That's a subquest. Yeah, so literally warning, this is your last chance to upgrade gear and abilities before the end of the story. That's fine. I am ready for the end. So let's do this. So this episode is going to come out slightly after No Way Home. So no spoilers still. Gonna let people watch the movie first before discussing it. But my thoughts are just... I just kind of wish there was more Peter. Like in this game itself, where you have moments where you have, you know, different...
Creation of my own.
Like Peter is just being Peter, you know, having this, like, it's not just brute force or magic to solve his problems. It's actually thinking about how to deal with you know, his issues or the enemies that he's facing. And I wish, you know, in like Homecoming or Far From Home, it was more of his abilities that made his suit or made his abilities rather than you know, Tony Stark. And this one is a little bit of, you know, Doc Ock helping him, but you know, it's still him, you know, trying to figure all these things out without much help. Because you really want to show how smart he is, but not only that, but how his decisions, like to be a superhero, affects him as well.
And once again, we have live footage of Mayor Osborn being held captive on the roof of Oscorp Tower.
I'm actually curious about how long this episode will last, if this is the last fight already.
You want me to beg? Not gonna happen!
The world will know the truth before they mop you off the pavement.
No! Ah!
Tell them what you did.
I never... Ah!
Everything you have is built on lies! Lies! You stole my company, my ideas! Now, the truth.
The truth. Okay. The truth is, you were only ever worth a damn when you worked for me! The truth is, you could never accept that I'm better than you! You're a failure, Otto! And you always will be!
Give me the anti-serum! Otto, you've worked your whole life to help people. Please.
Your fighting the wrong man. But have it your way.
We don't
That's
have much
fast.
time! Please!
I'll turn over the anti-serum when
Whoa.
Osborn pays for his crimes!
Just give me the anti-serum! You've already done enough to ruin Osborn!
No! He always bounces back! He has to lose everything!
Nah, could not dodge that.
I see you have a new suit! It won't help!
I know your weaknesses!
I have no weaknesses!
Ah,
Enough playing! Gotta move.
oh, the whole roof is on fire. Okay. Oh, I just died because I've dropped onto the roof. The boss fights sometimes. Oh, starting from
We don't
here, I
have
see.
much time! Please!
I'll turn over the anti-serum when Osborn pays for his crimes!
Yeah, sometimes the boss fights in video games forces you into difficult situations because they are the boss. But also sometimes it doesn't give you enough time to actually
Just
like,
give me the anti-serum!
hey,
You've
so
already done enough to ruin
how
Osborn!
do I actually deal with some of these situations?
He
No
always
idea.
bounces back!
How about dying a few times before you actually figure it out?
Everything! I see you have a new suit! It won't help!
Listen from him.
I know your weaknesses!
I have no weaknesses!
Hit him with his own spikes. Claws. Arms.
Gotta move.
Back to square one.
People are dying! They need the anti-serum now!
I will cure the city after I bring down Osborn!
Let me save the city! Then we can do whatever you want!
I already know what I want! Now get out of my way before I really hurt you!
I like that. Otto is always reluctant, like villain. Like, he doesn't always have to be like the evil genius kind of villain that he usually is portrayed in the comics.
Liar! Just like Osborn! Nothing but lies!
Ow, could not even see where I was.
What happened? happened to the man who wanted to help people?
The weakling? He died!
Don't have enough time to actually do any of that.
Doctor, you're not thinking clearly!
On the contrary, I finally have clarity. Enough of this!
A little bit repetitive, isn't it? Like the attacks and all that. Ah! Again? Come on. I was just about to jump off. Well, being worried about the episode ending early. How much you wanna bet they're gonna have him fight him from the start again? Jeez.
I'll turn over the anti-serum when Osborn pays for his crime!
Gonna show me kick his face in multiple times as well. Do any of the other...
You've already done enough to ruin Osborn!
No, doesn't seem like it. No, it does,
He
okay.
always bounces back! He has to lose everything!
Okay,
Enough
3 times. Like a Mario villain, Mario boss after every 3 times.
Gotta move.
What? I
People are
dodged.
dying! They need the anti-serum now!
I will cure the city after I bring down Osborn!
Oh, I was looking at it. It's kind of sad that he only has 1, maybe 2 like attack animations.
Let me save the city! Then we can do whatever you want!
I already know what I want! Now get out of my way before I really hurt you! How much is
Unfortunately,
to protect him?
I'm not protecting him! I'm trying to save the city!
try not to use.
Give me the anti-serum, and I promise Osborn will face charges!
Oh, come on.
Liar! Just like Osborn! Nothing but lies!
Ugh. The problem with this is there's no checkpoint in between his phases. So it's like one long boss fight. Which is...
We don't have much
I
time.
wouldn't say it's
Please.
difficult to face him,
I'll turn over the anti-serum
but
when Osborn
mistakes are
pays for
punished
his crime.
very... well, mistakes are very punishing, basically. So, yeah, that's the unfortunate part about this this boss fight right now.
Just give me the anti-serum! You've already done enough to ruin Osborn!
No!
Now, I wouldn't say this... Yeah, it's like...
Bounces back.
all you need to do is
He has
dodge.
to lose everything!
And maybe at the last section, just jump off the dang thing instead of staying there. Ah. Ah, I can see.
You have a new suit! It won't help!
I know your weaknesses!
I have no weaknesses! Enough playing!
Gotta move.
That was just by reflex. I wasn't really thinking about how to actually deal with that.
People are dying! They need the anti-serum now!
I will cure the city after I bring down Osborn!
Let me save the city! Then we can do whatever you want!
I already know what I want! Now get out of my way before I really hurt you!
Yeah, just saving up my takedowns for.
And I promise Osborn will face charges!
Liar! Like Osborn! Nothing but lies!
I really wish that move could be a whole lot faster.
Enough of this!
Up.
What are you...
Is there a third phase?
Such a disappointment. Parker. You knew? I tried to warn you, Peter, but you didn't listen. You knew. I won't let you win. This means too much to me.
Not more than it means to me! Can't you see all the people you're hurting?
You'll never understand! You haven't suffered like I have! You should be on my side!
I won!
Yeah, I don't know why this, like this well, not penultimate. This is the last fight already, and the animations is like
Please
repeating quite a bit.
think of the man you were!
That man is gone. You can't save me, Peter.
Then I guess you'll have to save yourself! You're my hero! You meant so much to me! I hate that you're making me do this! We were going to change the world!
Yep. I don't think because there's no health bar anymore, so it's quite literally just punching him until it's over, I
You
think.
look tired, Parker.
Not tired. Just hurt.
If you want to change the world, you have to be the kind of man who can make the hardest decisions.
I couldn't agree more. No! The anti-serum.
Wait, was that mask up top? Was that mask like, what was the right word? Off as well? I thought it was just a helmet.
I saw you as a son. I should have known you'd turn on me, just like all the others.
Turn. I've worshipped you. Your mind, your conscience, wanting to help others. The way you never gave up.
That's because men like us have a duty, a responsibility, to use our talents in the service of others. Even if they don't appreciate it, we have to do what's best for those beneath us, whether they understand it or not.
No, you're wrong. You are everything I wanted to be. You just threw it away.
Yes, of course. You're right, Peter. Oh, I see that now. The neural interface affected my mind. But I can fix it. We can fix it. Together. If you'll help me.
Do everything I can. I'll make sure you get the best help.
No! If they put me away, they'll take my arms. I'll be trapped in this useless body. Please, Peter. That wasn't me. You said you'd never abandon me. You promised. Remember? And of course, you rest easy, knowing your secret is safe with me.
You do what you think is best, Doc. It's all any of us can.
Peter?
Even when it hurts like hell.
Peter, where are you going? Peter?
I'm kind of curious how the new remastered face actually looks like. Because this one, he looks old, and he's not supposed to be that old, I think. Like, he's supposed to be in his mid-20s at this point.
It's still viable. We'll need the entire sample as a base to produce more doses.
How long will that take?
A few hours. Maybe a day.
What if we use it to cure someone right now?
Then there won't be enough to cure the others. I'll give you a few minutes.
You're gonna be okay, ma'am. I've got the cure right here.
Take off your mask. I want to see my nephew.
You knew?
I've known for a while.
I never wanted you to worry.
I did. And I am so proud of you. And Ben would be too. All the people you've saved.
I don't know what to do.
Yes, you do.
I'm curious if they took this as inspiration for No Way Home. Because I haven't read the comics in a while, and I think that in the comic books, Aunt May is still alive. And that words that when you help someone, you help everyone. I think not sure where it comes from actually. I think that the same quote is in the movie, so just trying to think. Yeah, maybe they took inspiration from there, from this game.
So?
Hi, Mary Jane Watson, associate editor.
Congrats.
Thank you.
I knew you could do it.
What about you? Find a job yet?
Oh, no, but,
I'll be right with you, honey. Thank you.
I was actually considering maybe a career change.
Hmm?
Yeah, I think I might want to become a chef.
I'm sorry. No, it's... You're a scientist. A good one.
Yeah, the last project I worked on, I created a monster octopus that almost destroyed the city, so...
Yeah. I mean, you do make a hell of a chicken curry.
I do. Still working on my dumplings, though.
Going camping?
Oh, my new place isn't gonna be ready for about a week, so I'm gonna be crashing with Miles for the next few nights.
Oh. You know, you can always stay at my place. Only if you want to.
No, I mean, yes. I mean, no, I don't. I not want to, but meaning I do want to, but only if you do.
I never stopped wanting to.
Me neither.
Right, so we're just gonna... I think there's still gonna be a post-credit scene, so we're just gonna let the credits roll as usual. But yeah, I think... like, when I think about this game, I think, you know, it's always... It's one of the best portrayals of Spider-Man that I've ever seen. You know, for the simple fact that he's not like we always think about the movies as the portrayals, and after seeing like the movies, especially with No Way Home coming out, and it was like going back and revisiting them and all that, and it always feels like there's always a bit here and there that's like, man, just wish that they could land it better or something like that. And there's always a mix of just, you know, I think the Tobey Maguire movies are pretty good in the sense that they portray Peter's like anguish between, you know, having to choose between doing what's right versus what he wants in life. But when it comes down to being Spider-Man, it is very, sometimes it's very, and I think like part 2 and part 3 is like very the most obvious at times, where it's like he doesn't say anything during the fight with Doc Ock on the train. And when like in Spider-Man 3, when Harry Osborn is like chasing him down, it's like, and you can see Spider-Man's face, like Tobey Maguire's face, Peter Parker's face, sorry. And it's like that whole scene was like him with an angry face the whole time, and he doesn't open his mouth once outside of like grunts and shout and pain or whatever. So there's always like something missing from that one, that trilogy. And then when Amazing Spider-Man came out, I think I love that version the most out of the three versions. But that one was, I think someone put it as weirdly dark. It was weirdly dark in the sense that Peter had so much anger, and it was weirdly like dark in other senses, that it's like this New York or this like place that they're living in is like, wow, okay. I mean, the music is cool, but it's like, it's grimy, it's, you know, gritty and all that. And his Spider-Man also, while would say like, yeah, it fits most of the bill that you would take, but he becomes very like very self-serious, I suppose, for lack of a better word of how to describe it. And then when you come to Tom Holland, with his 3 movies now, I think while he's a good mix, oh, there you go, post-credit scene. Well, we'll finish the thought after this, I suppose.
I'm not an expert or anything, but I think it's in the way that you ask her.
I'm getting too nervous. Hey, all right, so where do you want this?
Right over here is fine.
All right. Hey, so Pete?
Yeah.
I, kinda gotta talk to you about something I can't tell my mom about.
What's up?
Well, weird things have been going on. Like, physically.
Oh.
Puberty?
Well, you know, you're at that age where your body starts to change, and so you may be noticing some areas,
No.
for example.
Not that. I think it's better that I just, I show you.
No.
It's pretty weird, right?
Not that weird.
And that's Miles Morales. Yeah, going back to Tom Holland. I like his character. I like his mix of like Peter Parker and Spider-Man. But I think I'm not a huge fan of the high school Peter Parker, if that makes sense. Like, it's like watching 3 movies, like, it feels like a very prolonged introduction to Spider-Man. That's my problem with it. It's like, I think him as a hero, him as a Spider-Man, him as Peter Parker is fine, but the movie just felt like 3 long movies about how he becomes Spider-Man, which is like, wow, okay. So I will admit that by the third one, I felt a little bit tired at that point, which sounds like very like controversial, I suppose, where a lot of people I hear love the movie. So for me to just say that I found it dragging in a way, because I just want to see him be Spider-Man. I don't want him like I don't want him to be caught up in Avengers stuff. I don't want him to be like having to team up with Iron Man. I don't want him to be like having to go to Doctor Strange for help. I just want his problems to be his problems. If you get what I mean. So it felt very like, up to this point he still had his training shoes on, and when it finally ended with him like, oh, I finally have the original Spider-Man suit, and it's like, it took you 3 movies to finally get here, and that's about I think 2017, I suppose. 2017, 2018. That's like 4, 5 years just in this like limbo of him like trying to be Spider-Man. And he has the powers, he has all that, but I think, having the powers of Spider-Man doesn't make you Spider-Man. I think like what I love about this game is like him making the hard choice, like whether or not to let Aunt May live or sacrifice a lot of people for the sake of Aunt May, or to having the being torn between wanting to help someone like Doc Ock, who is a role model for him, like it's these human interactions between the characters, between the villains and him, that make Spider-Man Spider-Man. Like Venom itself, like, yeah, Venom is cool, but it also represents like a part of Spider-Man as well. Like his anger, like him wanting to just let loose and just be, this powerful superhero or something like that, and not be responsible for anything. So yeah, it's like just thinking about these kind of things, and like when you think about the movies, it's like, especially the recent trilogy, it's like, yeah, it's all just growing pains. It's like, okay, fine, the first one is about him trying to be Spider-Man because he relied too much on Stark tech. Okay, but then the villain is just his girlfriend's dad. It kind of has almost nothing to do with him. It's just his girlfriend's dad. And the second one is just someone who was angry at Tony Stark and wanted revenge for how Tony Stark treated him. And it has almost nothing to do with Peter Parker himself. And when the third one comes out, and you have so many villains, I'm not sure how much I should talk about it, but and you have so many villains, and you're like, okay, but these aren't his villains. That's the problem. For me, it's like, these aren't his villains. These aren't the villains that he knows. So there's no connection there. It's like they're just there. They're his predecessors' villains. They're not his. So there's no connection there as well. So it kind of felt very like it just happens. It's just another adventure. Sure, things happen that like I mentioned earlier on, was like influenced by from this game and all that. But it was like, how does it feel? They're just incidental, you know. And I think that's not the strength of Spider-Man. Yeah, he can take on 5-6 villains, but that's not his strength, right? His strength is, you know, wanting to do good for the people that, you know, to be responsible. Like if something bad is about to happen, you know, he gives up, he sacrifices something of himself. And I don't want it to be like the Amazing Spider-Man, which is like super weird, completely weird, where a lot of these like emotions come from his parents having a double life. And you know, his friends in the movies, like the Tom Holland one, and friends, the Ned and MJ, they don't really, for me, I don't feel that, how I put it, I don't feel like they you know, they serve the story very well. I think for someone like Miles Morales, they serve it, they that kind of dynamic would be fine. But I think for Peter, the tough part is always that he's used to working alone. Whereas Miles is the opposite. Miles has been alone, and because of his race, is alone at times. But he's the one that is, you know, is able to grow up in a world where there are other heroes like him. So he doesn't have to have that baggage, which at times is tough, you know, for a Peter Parker character because of that baggage. So a lot of people sometimes don't like it as well, which is fair, I think. Which is fair, because yeah, you're like, yeah, do I care that Uncle Ben died? Do I care that Aunt May died? Do I care that, you know, who is MJ? Who is all these people? And it's fair to say, like, yeah, if you don't care about these people, and it's like these are written in history from like the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and all that, and you're coming in right now and you're like, why should I care? You know, you don't have the history, you don't have all that kind of thing. So which is why I think they did what they did with Ned and MJ in the Tom Holland trilogy. But for me, it's like, I am more excited for what's coming up next, because now the kids' gloves are off, right? It's like we've had all this high school adventures, you know, everybody, he had his Avengers helping him, he had, you know, all this thing. Now it is him, it's time for him to prove that he is Spider-Man, and whatever he's learned from, you know, people around him, it's time to put them into practice rather than, you know, still trying to get there. But I think moving back to this game, I think this game is pretty short actually. When you think about it, if you just do like the main storyline, it's pretty short. You know, you have like the first third, getting to know Peter. The second third will be like what's happening right now. Like what's this? The Mr. Negative stuff. You know, having like the Devil's Breath. I completely forgot the name of the thing. Devil's Breath. And then the last third is, who is it? Dr. Octopus. Doc Ock basically freeing the villains and then you having to track them down. So yeah, it's like, it's not that long actually. I mean, certain sections are quite long because like we've seen in the past couple of episodes where it's like, it's not that the sections were long, it's because, you know, messing up cost you. Okay, to be fair, I'm playing it on ultimate difficulty, so when a mistake happens, it's very costly. Like a third of your health disappears just from getting hit. Also, I put it off for quite a long time, I think. I finished this game 2018. I finished this game like in 2019 itself. Then, yeah, just put it off. Played it a little bit in 2020. And now 2021, at the end of 2021, it's like after the last movie came out. And it's like, okay, let's get back in and try and finish off the DLC. But yeah, it's unfortunate, right? Yeah. I think let's see what else is there. I'm kind of curious about. I really want to play. Not curious. I really want to play the remastered version because of the 60 frames per second. Like, this game isn't at 60 frames per second, obviously not. It's at 30, but because of the way they do their motion blur and animation and all that, it doesn't feel like it's at 30. But once you play it at 60, then where they cut down the motion blur a little bit more, and your button press feel so much better. Yeah, it plays a huge difference. But again, like I mentioned previously, that because you have to get the Ultimate Edition of Miles Morales, or you get the standalone version of it, it's kind of pricey, you know, because this is a Sony game, and part of you was expecting, oh, you know, why isn't it free with PS5, right? Why isn't there a free upgrade? So this was one of those games that pretty pissed people off quite a bit, because people didn't get a free upgrade. And Uncharted 4 and what's the other one? Lost Legacy is getting a PS5 version soon as well. So yeah, it's like the big Sony games aren't getting like PS5 versions for free, I think. No, I think Uncharted is getting is free, I think. Yeah, it's a free upgrade. It's just this one is not a free upgrade, which is disappointing. Because I would have loved to see like just swing around with like the ray tracing on, and then turn that off so that the frame rate goes up to 60 frames per second. Will be fun. But since that hasn't happened yet, and I don't have Miles Morales yet, so it's like, okay, let's just go back and finish off the rest of the trophies. I wanted to play something Spider-Man, but yeah, because I did not have those games, so it's like, okay, let's just go back to the PS4 version. Oh, I can move it forward. Alright, so I'm just gonna scroll down much faster now. I think it's almost near the end anyways. Music has stopped as well, so it's like... No, I think it's important to see some of the names for the game, you know, the credits. And we always skip them, so it's like, But sometimes it just takes way too long, I feel. Which is unfortunate at times. Wow, video production, video post-production, editors, video operation, video band, CG, digital communications. Okay. A lot of people goes into making game. Even the website, they get credits as well. Social media, Sid Schumann. Sony Interactive Europe. Marvel Games. What is Insomniac doing next? I think it's a Wolverine game. Yeah, so after this will be a Wolverine game. Oh, I was just reminded of the Spider-Man in Marvel's Avengers. That was, I think, it's one of the poorly integrated, poorly implemented Spider-Man that I've ever experienced in game. Okay, maybe not that poor, but not a lot of fun playing him. And I think it has to do with the way the game is set up and all that. So you can't really do a lot of things that you want to do. Like if I'm a developer of that game, it's like looking at Spider-Man's like abilities and all that, and how the animation system works in the game. There's a part of me that's like, yeah, some of these things we can't really do it without breaking a lot of stuff. And especially now with the pandemic still going on, and people still aren't able to like work together. But oh well, hopefully they fix it. Was it the sun or was it the symbiote? No, the sun.
So close. But I'll keep trying. I will find a cure. I will. I love you, son.
Yeah, so that's Harry inside the tube with symbiote-like things just going around him. There you go, power and responsibility. And another one is one more time. Okay, finish the main story in New Game Plus. Cool. New suits available. Anti-Ox suit. We'll let it run first. New equipment available. Right. We don't get... Yeah, there's the Amazing Spider-Man suit, but we don't get the... new Far From Home, No Way Home suits, because that's exclusive to the PS5 version, which is unfortunate. But okay, I think time has gone almost an hour because of the credits, and also some thoughts about the game. But I think that's a pretty good place to stop at the end of the game. After this, I'll continue on with the DLC, but I think because the DLC doesn't require me to do it on ultimate difficulty, I do have to check that. If they don't really require me to do it on ultimate difficulty, I will just lower it down to regular difficulty and just breeze through that as quickly as possible. So after this, yeah, we'll be doing the first DLC for Spider-Man, which is the heist. And I hope you guys will join me for that.
Are you crazy? There's no time
So
for
with that,
that.
I just want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Sounds like a big job, but we're up to it.
Not you. For a job this tough, we need Spider Cop.
You said it. You even did the voice.
Okay, don't make it weird.
You like me. You really like me.
You made it weird. Let's go. We've got work to do.
I can't wait. Spider Cop surveys the city, placid, but seething with turmoil just beneath its calm surface.
What have I done?